everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm presenting you the top luxury items that every classy woman should be. So these come from a variety of categories such as shoes, handbags, jewelry, and they are for me the true essentials of class. They are timeless pieces that are absolutely needed to start your wardrobe. So if you are interested in checking these out, then please keep on watching. The first item that I feel like every classy woman should have is a pair of ballet flats. And the ones that I would recommend are the Chanel ballet flats. I absolutely love them. I actually just very recently got them, so if you are curious to see the unboxing and to hear about my first impressions of these babies, then I will go ahead and leave the video in the little information link over here for you to see it. Basically, I just got these because I feel like I need them a lot for work, a lot more. I'm on my feet all day and they are very, very comfortable. I started to break them in and they feel really nice on your feet. I love the color combination as well. I feel like beige and black really goes with everything. It's just so easy to pair. It's very classy. It's never like going to be out of style or anything. Obviously the brand as well is very timeless. And what I like about these is that they can be worn during the winter, but also during the summer. So it really doesn't matter. This is the type of thing that will work with every outfit, for every season, for every type of occasion that you may have. They're kind of like the top of the style for me. Before these, I actually used to have another pair of flats that were from Ferragamo that I loved very much, and I still wear them from time to time. They're the Verena flats in suede and black. But I feel like if I had one, top choice, this would be that. Obviously, you don't have to have these, but I feel like having a pair of ballet flats is very convenient for every situation, and it's also very nice because it's very comfortable, but at the same time, you look classy. So this would be my recommendation, definitely a pair of ballet flats. So next up in the list of items that every classy woman should have, we have pearl earrings. And here I feel like the great thing about that is that they don't have to be expensive at all. So mine, the ones that I wear every day, I got them from Burke's, which is kind of like the Canadian equivalent of Tiffany's, and I love them. I absolutely love them. I feel like they were pretty inexpensive. I got them a really long time ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, and now the prices have slowly started to go up. But I mean, it's still definitely doable. I think we're around like $1,200-1,300, something like this. So really not too bad, and I love them. I feel like they go especially well with the pair of ballet flats that I just mentioned. It's kind of like the very simple, aesthetic, classy look of like a ballerina. So it's very nice. I like it. It's subdued, but at the same time you can still see it. It's still noticeable. You can either have like the simple pearl studs, or you can have these guys. So there's a little like diamond bar or whatever, and then there's the pearl that's hanging from that. I think they're called drop earrings. So I love them, and I feel like it's really, really kind of an essential of any kind of wardrobe, of any kind of a start of a jewelry collection, to have these guys. So obviously you don't have to have these, and I feel like you can get a pair of like nice pearl earrings for maybe like $200. It doesn't have to be Burke's, it doesn't have to be Tiffany's, but I feel like it's so easy and it goes well with so many different outfits. It's a type of thing that you can wear like while working out, or you could wear it, kind of to run errands, or you could also wear it for like an occasion. I would feel very comfortable kind of, wearing these for an event, like going out to eat, or, even a party or something, because I feel like they're a true essential to have, and they go well with so many different outfits, with so many different other pieces of jewelry as well. I mean, obviously I do have the matching necklace, but I really don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like this is the type of earrings that would go well with kind of, any necklace that would be either, I don't know, silver, white gold, or, So yeah, for that reason, I would really recommend getting these. I absolutely love them. If I still find the link to the Burke's ones, I will link it in the description box down below in the video, because I truly believe that these are worth getting. but obviously just keep in mind that any pearl earrings would work for this. Next up, we have a balmain blazer, and I currently don't have one, so I will be including pictures either here or here. I feel like it's such a staple to have in your wardrobe, and it's something that works well with both kind of like, dresses or skirts, or with pants as well. It's something that can look good, for a corporate type of look, if you're, going to work, if you're attending a meeting or something like that. But it's also something that can be, kind of dressed down or dressed up, depending on the type of occasion or event that you have. In the evening, if you're attending a party, if you're going out to eat, if you're kind of meeting up with friends, or simply going to the mall. I feel like it's such a staple to have in your wardrobe, especially in this season of the fall, where it's like not warm enough to wear an actual coat, but it's also a little bit chilly to be walking in like, a very small sweater, or even like with a shirt on. So this is really something that's nice to have because it can be, obviously removed. You can just like take it off if you're too warm. The one thing that I will say about these is that they are very heavy and they can be very warm. So I have definitely taken it off a lot. I used to have one and then I sold it, which was not a great idea. I am realizing that now. I felt like the sizing was a little off, and that's why I sold it. So I would definitely be looking at, getting another one in my actual size. This is something that I would definitely recommend that you try on in store and don't order online. Don't do like me, because these are very hard to size. I think especially for my size, because I'm so tall. I'm 5'11" or 180 centimeters if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while. So for clothes, it's kind of difficult because I actually have shoulders, which is not the case for most girls. I'm finding that out. So yeah, don't order online. Definitely kind of, look in store, at least try it on in store first before ordering online. But I think that it's such a staple to have. It's so easy to wear with kind of everything. And this is something that you'll have for, almost a lifetime, or actually a lifetime if you want, because the quality is amazing. You can just, dry clean it. I've never had a problem of anything happening to it. So this would be something that I would highly recommend. If you feel like, however, this is not within your budget, I would say that you can find like, not copies, but kind of like slight dupes at something like Zara even would be really nice. I've seen some actually nice ones that are sold for maybe $100 or $150 over there, and that would be kind of nice, especially if you're just meeting your friends at the mall or something like that. It really doesn't have to be balmain. So I would recommend like a simple classic blazer look. I think that would just be perfect. But obviously, if you can spare the money, balmain is always nice. The next thing that's on my list that I believe every classy woman should have is a Chanel flat bag, and obviously the size doesn't matter. This one, for example, is a size small, and I would recommend kind of a neutral color, so either black, gray, beige, those kind of tones. I think that obviously it is a super large investment, duh. This is a real duh moment. Obviously they're selling for like 10K right now, which has gotten ridiculous. But I do believe that you will get your money back because, well, first of all, this is a bag that continues to increase in value over time. So you're definitely not wasting your money. Even if you feel like you don't wear it, you can resell it for more at a later date. But honestly, who doesn't want to wear this bag? I mean, this is like wow to me. I feel like this is perfect for every kind of like fancy occasion, fancy dinner, fancy, dress up attire. Even if you want to dress like super fancy at work, if you can afford to do that, then this is the type of handbag that I would take. I love it. I think that it's very practical, especially if you have it in size either small or medium. Personally, I do prefer size medium, but the neutral color that I have is only in size small. It's the black one. So that's why I took the black one to show you. But it's still a classy handbag, and it's practical at the same time, which I feel like sometimes it's kind of hard, because we all carry these like large totes on the go, and they are very practical, but do they look super classy? Debatable. I would say most often no. But here I feel like this is, a true icon of the brand that's still worth to get in 2022. I feel like, it's kind of like hard to think of this brand without thinking of this bag. It is their #1 bag that's being sold. My essay actually did tell me that the #1 size of this bag was a size small, which is this size, Personally, yeah, I prefer medium because I'm a little bit, you know, on the taller side. Of course, I'm like on the giraffe side. So that's why I prefer medium, but classic is normally the small one. And yeah, I think that it is a really nice bag to add to your handbag collection, and this is something that in my mind would be, you know, worth saving money for, kind of on the long term. If you can, you know, kind of spare a couple of $100s every month, then you will get this bag, and I mean, trust me, you will not regret it because you will turn eyes everywhere you go. These are so highly sought after, and I think that they can really change any outfit. I feel like they have the power to do that because, you know, regardless of what you wear, this will make any outfit like pop. I mean, obviously don't wear this with like your PJs. That would be weird, or with like sweatpants. But as long as you're, let's say, dressed, I don't feel like, you know, PJs or sweatpants are dressed. But yeah, as long as you're dressed, this will really make any outfit kind of pop, and that's what we're looking for, and I feel like it makes you look super classy. So next we have a pair of black boots, and the ones that I would personally recommend are from Stuart Weitzman. They're called Stuart Weitzman Lowland boots, and I got mine in black. The reason why I would personally recommend these is if you're tall like me, these are super nice to have because they basically don't add anything to your height. And they also do cover up your legs, so in case you get cold in the winter, I get super cold in the winter, so it's really, really nice to have them for that reason. But obviously it doesn't have to be these, so if you are maybe on the shorter side, they also have boots that have heels on. If you are kind of, you know, looking for something a little bit shorter than that, if you don't want your legs covered, they also have like ankle boots. So they have a variety of options. I would say basically anything from the brand in black would be nice. I feel like having a pair of black boots is kind of an essential. I don't understand how people kind of go around without having these. They're so easy to wear with anything. I feel like they look as good as they do with dresses, as like with pants, as with skirts. So it's really easy to pair it with anything, and I feel very comfortable, you know, wearing these at work. But I also like to, you know, transition them into like a date night look, or you know, exploring a new city kind of thing. They are very comfortable because they don't have heels. So that's how I can actually walk in them all day and they don't feel bad at all, which I don't feel like is the case with the other ones. I feel like with the high heel ones, they might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but at the same time, they might be, you know, worth the discomfort for the look. I feel like this kind of basically screams class, and I know that they've been around for a really long time, and that a lot of people thought that they would be just kind of a trend, but in my mind, they have become kind of a classic staple to have in your wardrobe, in your shoe collection. I think that it is an essential that is kind of hard to go without, unless, you know, perhaps you live in Florida. In that case, well, lucky you. But if you do live, you know, in the Northeast like I do, I think these are a classic staple that you need to have, that scream class. They don't scream like trashy. They look very kind of, you know, elegant, subdued, but at the same time, like they're there and there's kind of like a little statement about them. But because they're black, it's not like over the top, you know, to like boom in your face, which is what I really like. So the next recommendation that I have on what a classy woman should have is a classic perfume, kind of something very standard, something that's not over the top, that is feminine, that is perhaps floral, kind of, you know, discreet but distinguished at the same time. And here the one that I have is the Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. And as you can see, I have used it quite a bit. This is kind of, you know, my signature perfume, my go-to. It's the one that I always turn towards to when I have dates, or, you know, when I'm going out. But also if I'm looking for something like a little extra, if I want to feel a little bit extra, you know, maybe when I'm running errands or when I'm going to the mall. I absolutely love it. It just smells so, so good. Yeah, it smells me. I would recommend kind of like sticking to a perfume if you like it and not switching to a bunch of different ones so that it becomes your signature perfume. I have also recently tried the Louis Vuitton Cœur Battant, which would be another suggestion in case you don't like this one. This one is a little bit more like strong, I think, than the Coco Mademoiselle, and it perhaps stays on a little bit longer as well. I mean, thank God, because it is like $270, so we're obviously at a huge price difference. So if you can afford it, the actual one that I would pick would be the Louis Vuitton Cœur Battant. But personally, like, I feel a little bit weird about spending $270 on a perfume. I feel like I still haven't gotten over that yet. Maybe I just need to, you know, finish the existing perfumes that I do have, and then I will change my mind. I'm not sure. So yeah, I feel like, you know, having kind of a classic scent that's not too much, but that at the same time is there because you want to smell good, is important and is kind of, you know, a reflection of class in my opinion. The next luxury item that I think screams classy woman is a Burberry wool coat. I actually have a couple of ones, but I just decided not to have them here because they were going to be so long, they were not going to fit in the screen, you were not going to see anything. So instead I will be including pictures either here or here. So I have a couple of ones like I mentioned. I have a black one in wool, and then I have a beige like tan color in cashmere. And I am so satisfied with them. I think that they're perfect. Well, first of all, they're really good quality and they're very warm, which is nice. But then I think that the cut is what's so special about them and what makes them perfect for a classy woman, because they really like fit your body and they hug you in the right places. And I think for me, it's very hard to find, you know, clothes that are my size, that are flattering, that don't make me look like even more of a giraffe than I already am. And these are perfect for that because they like hug you kind of at the waist, and it's not something that's baggy or that's kind of like, you know, without care or neglected even. It really makes you look like you put in a ton of effort into your outfit, even though it's basically like putting a coat on. It just looks so, you know, corporate, classy, kind of I know what I'm doing, I have my shit together kind of vibe, which is obviously what we're going for if we want to look classy. So that's what I like about them. There are different models, so depending on the length that you want. I have one that's like maybe mid-thigh, and then I have one that goes maybe right above the knee, I would say. So yeah, I mean, they have different lengths, they have different sizes, they have a bunch of different colors. I would definitely suggest, you know, neutral tones, and I think that this works well with any outfit. That way you can kind of pair it, you know, with actually all of the things that I've mentioned before. You can pair it with the ballet flats. That would be a perfect look. You could pair it with the pearl earrings, you know, you can pair it pretty much with anything. Maybe I would say with the exception of the balmainblazer, because obviously the shoulders would not fit, that would be the problem. But I think that it looks so nice, and I feel like it looks, you know, just as good with pants as it does with dresses and skirts. It's really kind of an essential to have in your wardrobe, and it is something that's very durable as well. I feel like it is, you know, expensive-ish for a coat, definitely, but if you can get it, for example, at an outlet, this is what I did with both of mine. I got them at outlets. One I got in Paris at La Vallée Village, and then the other one I got here at Leesburg Premium Outlets by Washington, D.C. So it was very convenient in that sense. I didn't pay too much money, but I still, you know, have this like classy look. It's just not from the same like collection as this year or from the same season. But personally, that doesn't matter. I just want to have the classy look. I don't care about like the season or anything. And I feel like it really makes you look like, you know, kind of one in a million, or at least it gives me that feeling, and that's what I feel like I like about these coats. And lastly, the last item that I believe every classy woman should have is a Rolex. Mine is the Rolex Datejust 34mm with the pink dial, and this is my everyday watch. I absolutely love this watch, and I love the brand, and I know that we're going to get divided opinions on the subject. I know that a lot of people kind of consider Rolex as being basic, or on the contrary, as being over the top. But for me, it's kind of a true, you know, something that you're so certain of that will never go out of style because it's been here for so long. It's very practical to have. It's not something that you have to worry about so much. Because they are waterproof, for me, this is a huge thing. I could not have a watch that's not waterproof anymore. I used to have the Ash by Hermes, and obviously it had a leather bracelet, and that was ridiculous. I mean, I was just like so worried about getting it wet. I was getting it wet, and then it was, you know, making the bracelet stained. It's not something that works for my lifestyle, and it's also not something that I feel like, you know, would work for many people who, for example, have children, work with children like me. So yeah, for me, you know, I wanted something that was kind of carefree. And what I love about having a Rolex is that it is a staple. It's something that everybody knows, like everybody, even people who are not necessarily interested in, you know, designer goods and luxury items, they know how to spot a Rolex because it's so iconic. And I think that it's not dead yet. I know that a lot of people think, oh, it's dead, it's old, you know, we need to turn towards other brands, such as, you know, I don't know, maybe perhaps Cartier or AP. But for me, Rolex is still right where it's at, and they have such a good variety of models that, you know, they can appeal to people who want something very small, very subdued. You know, they have like 28 millimeters, for example, which is kind of a tiny watch for me. So this would not work for me. But they also have, you know, 36 millimeters. I have another one, which is a 36 millimeters, which I really like. Or you could even be wearing, you know, 40, 41 millimeter if you're a woman. That's totally fine. And they have, you know, sports watches. They have very kind of dressed up watches. So having a Rolex for me still screams style and class. And I feel like it is not too much. I mean, it does depend on the watch that you do wear, on the Rolex that you do wear. I think that you kind of have to go with your size. If you're tiny, if you're like 5'2" and you have a tiny wrist, it would be a little bit weird to wear, you know, a Rolex like Submariner, like 40 millimeters. I think that would be a little strange and maybe not so classy, but I would say as long as you're going within reason of, you know, your size for the size of the diameter of the watch, then I think Rolex is an excellent go-to brand. It's something that will also, you know, keep its value. It's a very safe investment, especially during these times. And I think that it goes well with any outfit. I wear mine working out because it's waterproof, so it's really nice. It's also sweat-proof. Yeah, I wear mine working out, and I think that, you know, I also wear it for like super dressed up occasions, or like, you know, when I'm wearing like an evening dress, I'm also wearing the same watch. And that's what I like about it. It's something that I don't have to think about. I never have to think about, oh, I need to change my watch because it's not dressed up enough. I feel like it's just very, very classy, and it's kind of, you know, a staple that you need in your jewelry collection. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do remember that these are my opinions, that this is what I believe, and, you know, I respect everybody's beliefs, but just like that, I'm also entitled to my beliefs. So if you feel very differently about these, if you feel like these are trash, then, you know, please at least respect my perspective. That would be greatly appreciated. And please write your own opinions in the comments, because I would love to hear from you. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.